Looks like a familiar place. That's alright. I'm at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo once again. I shall go inside. I am now in the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. I'm definitely going to take a look around here. Yeah, I know about those guys. Game Gurus, yep. Game Over Video Games. I have been to the Northgate store as well as the Bellevue store. Oh, looks like we got some games to play around here, but I guess I'll do that later. It looks like we got some more stuff around here. The Seattle Retro Gaming Expo even has a GameCube in it. What's this? Melee? 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 As you can see, kids even enjoy the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. So much to do today. I love being here. I am here with the immortal John Hancock once again. I actually have talked to him previously in last year's Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and I actually got a couple games that I would imagine would be about maybe 40, 50, but it turned out it was like 20, 25, and you know, that's because I looked around and then came back to that one specific place that was cheaper, and this guy here specializes in, you know, panels about collecting on a budget. And do you have any tips?
Absolutely. I think there's a window of time for collecting, and I think you have to have the right mindset. And going to a current game show, you're going to get the best deal for maybe 2 generations past. And so if you focus on those type of games, Game Boy Advance, Wii, GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox. I mean, Xbox has started on the rise already, even like 360 probably.
I know some Wii's
really cheap right now because it's 2 generations past, and people have forgotten about it but haven't like started to collect them. And so I think it's the generation that you collect you're going to get the most bang for your buck. I call it the window of time. I've talked about this before, where you can't collect something too old because you won't find it. You'll find bits and pieces. You can't collect something too new because, well, you're not going to find it, or it's going to be full price. You have to find the just happy medium where it's old, but it's not remembered as much, and it's out of the line. Wii is definitely like collecting Wii right now. It's like everywhere, and it's cheap.
And also, here's a useful tip. Look around and compare prices. Don't go to one and just buy the game, because chances are you're going to go see the same game on another vendor at a cheaper price. So it actually helps to look around.
It does help to look around, but don't look around if it's a crazy deal, because you'll come back around and be sold. So it's important to know if it's a killer deal and you know it's a killer deal, buy it. Because if you go around, I know resellers that like, someone will come up, they'll pick it up, put it down, come back around and sold it.
Like, let's say if Chrono Trigger or Earthbound was like, say, $60 on sale. Get it! Check the cart first. True.
Yes.
Make sure it is a legit copy. And if it is, get it if it's at a very cheap price. As opposed to, like, spending hundreds on one game. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for taking a moment.
Yeah, thanks.
And while I'm at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, I decided to take a little walk outside to just get some fresh air, and there's horses. Wow, what do you have here? A custom-painted Super Nintendo that is based off Street Fighter. It's pretty obvious that from my past trips to Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, including this trip, expect lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of games. Also in the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, you can find some ROM hacks like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, extra large.
That's right, the winner. Well, he's extra large because instead of rings, it's onion rings. So he's eating onion rings.
Yeah.
And then, the more he eats, the fatter he gets, so he can't jump as high or move as fast. The kicker, though, is the game itself also is full of wrappers. It does work, though. It's a fun game.
Oh, it works. It's not a piece of junk, that's for sure. I mean, in terms of playability.
Right. Yeah. Pretty fun.
And this is the free play room. If you ever need to take a break from all this walking, there's always the free play room. I like hanging around here. I am trying out the Arcade Armageddon that the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo does pretty much once a year. I'm going to try it out right now with the World Championships. Yeah, here we go.
A microscopic image of a dolphin appears on a computer chip hidden deep within the GameCube system. This is in reference to the Nintendo GameCube's code name, the Dolphin, which is also referenced in many of the console's games. And one of the system's launch titles may be the main character.
No.
And in Super Mario Sunshine, most of the game takes place on an island in the shape of a giant dolphin called Isle Delfino. Some speculate that the water-centric themes of Mario Sunshine, as well as Legend of Zelda,
why do we keep getting hit by these
the dolphin's name as well. The machine's GPU was even given a dolphin-inspired name Blipper by the hardware design company RX, who helped with the GameCube's creation. Prior to this code name, the successor to the Nintendo 64 was internally referred to by Nintendo as N2000. Unusually, the GameCube has an abbreviation GCN in the West.
I think I'm in trouble because I only got 10
more sensible
coins.
NGC abbreviation to stand for
try.
Nintendo GameCube. What's also interesting
Yep,
about the
I did not get
development
50
is that
coins.
Nintendo developed and patented
Hey, keep going until you do.
I know.
Motion
Wait,
control
really?
is so far in
Yeah.
development that the game developer Factor 5 experimented with it for potentially small launch
At this point, since you're going in this level, I recommend grabbing in a lot of coins and taking a couple deaths.
Nintendo 64 expansion pack to improve Star Wars Rogue Squadron's graphics.
Stay small.
Nintendo only wanted the pack to be used with hardware peripherals. After seeing the graphical benefits that the expansion
I know
pack
this
gave to
trick.
Turok 2 seems evil, however, Nintendo decided to allow Factor 5 to use the expansion pack. The GameCube itself released after about 4 years of development and was held by Yen.
Actually, you know what?
Engineer who had been the head of Nintendo
You're in this level, go big.
The department
Go big.
responsible for the Nintendo 64
Yeah, because of those coins.
Because you'll want to go big on this one.
Trouble with the controls. It's just I'm not used to the NES controls. It's been like years since I last used it.
the keyboard and mouse. Chunks of text containing these
See,
I was getting those edges.
games like
when I do this run, one, I don't go to this level, and two, I stay small on the first level. Nice.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Get up there, Mario.
in order to show off its
Goodness.
Okay, yeah, you'll be fine.
game developers.
Hopefully I don't
The
die.
active demo released in 2002
There's a set of coins up ahead. You'll be fine.
lighting and shadows.
You'll be fine.
Again, it's been a while since I last touched an NES controller, so I'm a little slippery
So
here.
there's your 4 right there.
During the gaming event, Space World, another tech demo show, was
1, 2, 3, 4, perfect.
Finally.
3D Pokemon characters
Cherry.
and a more detailed model of Meow holding an electric guitar. Fans initially theorized that this was a teaser for a new
50 coins, alright.
That seems not to be
Brand
the
Racer,
case. It was
okay, I don't think I've played this one
based on
ever,
the ending
so.
sequence for the Japanese dub of the Pokemon anime series, which aired almost a year earlier than the tech demo. A similar sequence was seen again many years later in the GameCube game Pokemon Channel as the final part of the exclusive anime episode titled Pikachu Rose in Party Panic, where Meowth's movements are different upon each viewing. Meowth's party was also referenced in Super Smash Bros. Melee as a trophy. It's
like watching The Wizard in real life.
Right.
Right.
Not much with the game over Mario is the
At least it's not playing Power Glove with this.
Oh, I've done it.
No. I never played this, so how do I? This is like the drunk driving sort of.
Holding down the Z button on the controller while the zero intro animation plays.
Okay, missed the cars. Good.
However, another set of sound effects will play when holding down the Z button.
Ah!
The controller is plugged in.
Ah, crap. That's not good.
Japanese style flair to it.
Oh, whoa, what the heck?
The soft reflections on the logo's graphics also share one secret. The texture built on it is the same texture used for all shiny objects, and the Nintendo 64 logo with the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. When on the menu screen itself, a slow ambient tune is heard in the background. Speeding it up by about 19 times normal speed reveals the slow series of tones is actually the Famicom Disk System startup jingle.
What? Really?
Qualifying, this is our qualifying game. So we're doing a tournament starting last year. Yes. Oh, you did last year?
Why keep doing those things?
Okay, so you know how this works.
Okay, so
Yes, first one will stop us, yeah.
okay,
Yeah, same concept. Yeah, this is end of 1990
yeah. Yeah, I would play this in like the worst way possible. Great. What?
Alright, Tetris. Oh, that should be easy. I love Tetris.
Size replica of Uncode Spam, chocolate syrup, and caviar. And finally, the grand prize winner, Corey Holsberry from Texas, who shaved his head, painted himself blue with a leaf on his head to look like a pigment, and ate a bowl of worms and crickets. Holsberry won a prize bag, including a GameCube, a Game Boy Advance, a collection of games, and $5,000 for his act.
I didn't know it was time.
Yeah, it's a 6-minute, 21-second internal timer.
Oh, wow. Alright.
So there you go, 101,653.
Nice. Well, let's see where that takes me on this. I don't know.
Well, time for me to head home. And I'm heading out on such a nice sunny day.
Another year of the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo has come and gone. This was my 6th year attending the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and I also picked up some games at this year's Surge. But before I talk about those games I picked up at Surge this year, there are a couple games I would like to mention real quick because a friend of mine actually donated these 2 games to me. So, Master Caliber, thank you. So, the 2 games that my friend Master Caliber handed to me are Pokemon Leaf Green version. This is the Game Boy Advance remake of the green version that was released in Japan only. We got red and blue, Japan got red and green. There's a history on that you can look up on. The next game is Pokemon Emerald version. And that's it. I only got one PlayStation 1 title this year, and that is the original Gran Turismo. I kept hearing good things about this series, so I figured why not start from the very beginning. I could have gotten Gran Turismo 3, but I decided to go for this instead. Next up are 9 PlayStation 2 titles, starting with MVP Baseball 2004, Madden 2009, Medal of Honor Frontline, Medal of Honor, Rising Sun. Medal of Honor, European Assault. SOCOM 2, U.S. Navy SEALs. SOCOM 3, U.S. Navy SEALs. Grand Theft Auto 3. I have never played this. And neither have I with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I did get one Nintendo 64 title this year, and even though I have fond memories with Mario Kart 64 since it was the first game I ever played on a Nintendo 64 and it also came with the system, that game did not have hoverboats or planes like Diddy Kong Racing has. This game's fun. I love Diddy Kong Racing. This is such a fun racing game. I think it's better than Mario Kart 64. Last but not least, I got 3 titles for the Super Nintendo, one of my favorite consoles ever. I also have some announcements to make as well when I reveal some of these titles. Starting with Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I love this game. I had a lot of fun playing Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. It's adorable, it's charming, and Yoshi's my favorite character in the Mario franchise, and I get to play as him, and so does everyone else that played this game. It's great. And while we are on the subject of Mario, I think it's time that I return to the Mario franchise, because all I reviewed from that series was Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, Super Mario World, this game, and Super Mario 64. There are plenty of other Mario games that I have not talked about yet, and I think it's time that I start talking about those games from time to time very soon. So, as for the next game, you know what? I'm going to do something special for this one. Blonde wig. Check. Green hat. Check. Okay, it's no surprise here. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. This is such a great Super Nintendo game. I don't need to say any more about it. I've already reviewed this game, so yeah. And I guess it's time that I return to the Zelda franchise as well. Now, as for the third Super Nintendo title, what could I have here? Uh-oh.